Hello Starcraft fans, this is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between JOOsh and TheAffluent on Orbital Shipyard. This is a PvT on Orbital Shipyard. I've been doing a lot of PvT lately, which should make my Protoss versus Terran fans very, very happy. And let's get right on into it. After a drink. In the bottom left of Orbital Shipyard, we have the red Terran player. It is JOOsh. I like it. Kind of reminds me of swoosh from basketball. In the top right of Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Protoss player. It is TheAffluent. Representing nobody whatsoever. No clan for either of these players. This was submitted to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. You too can submit your amazing and incredible and or high level replays to that address. I will get them to my screener Squeaks. He will check them out, and if it meets with his approval, then I will cast them. So, just trying to keep the quality up here. I have cast one or two games in the past that were just kind of terrible to watch. I don't like to watch the games in advance, so that's why I have a screener. But one time I actually cast a game that I didn't watch in advance. It wasn't very good, got some pretty bad feedback, and I kind of feel like I violated my subscribers' trust. So, we're trying to make sure we have better games available for everybody who comes to the Falcon Paladin channel. My subscriber count is reaching about 2,000. I think by the time this posts, might have reached that 2,000 mark. If so, then hey, congratulations to me, and if not, we're close. But anyway, it's been kind of a crazy journey so far. I started back in March of this year, so what's it been? About 7 months? 7 or 8 months to get up to 2,000 subscribers. I'm pretty happy about that, to be honest. And if you do searches for LOTV or Legacy of the Void on YouTube, then my name or my videos come up for both of those on the front page, on the first page of those searches. So I'm pretty happy about that as well. So I'm getting some good exposure. TheAffluent says, who, not a Zerg? But anyway, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. I'm trying to find a place to make this happy. I did hear the music that's going. That's nice. Oh, I killed it. I killed the music. It will come back eventually. JOOsh saying, what? Also a whoops on my part. JOOsh says, lol. I don't know if one player went random here or what, but apparently TheAffluent is quite surprised by this turn of events. Ah, there's the music. There it is. TheAffluent says, did a Zerg opening. Is he talking about himself there? Apparently. I don't know. That's weird. JOOsh says it seems the same. Yep, fair enough indeed. So both players have their second bases already up and running. This base has a pretty safe location to do that. You'll recognize you can only get to it by walking through the front door. And you can wall that off as Protoss and Terran, so it's not a big deal. That is a Reaper running on in, trying to kill some stuff. But Mothership Core is out. Oh, 2 shots from the Photon Overcharged Pylon is enough to kill the Reaper, and the Pylon has 1 kill. So Mothership Core, if you haven't seen this before, that rhymes, has Photon Overcharge. It previously was able to Photon Overcharge the Nexus, but now it energizes target pylons and turns them into a powerful long-range weapon for 11 seconds that deals 30 damage per hit. So if you'll notice, they pop out with enough energy, 50 energy, to Photon Overcharge 2 pylons at once, and with full energy, they can Photon Overcharge up to 8 pylons at the same time, which seems insane to me. The other thing you'll notice here is the Mothership Core is patrolling. A subscriber mentioned on my channel that the reason they do this is because from a stop, as an Adept tries to run on here and try to kill some stuff. There are some Marines ready for it, though. Oh, the Adept gets right on in, does 2-shot SCVs, does have 60 shields and 80 hit points there. SCVs being pulled off the line to try to kill this guy, and they get it. They get the Adept, but not before 3 SCVs have died. Anyway, what I was saying was, Mothership Core is patrolling back and forth because from a dead stop, it could be hard to get the Mothership Core up and moving, but if it's already moving and telling it to change direction, it's much more responsive. And so that makes a lot of sense to me. That's why you want to patrol your Mothership Core Protoss players. That tip courtesy of one of my subscribers. I don't know who. Anyway, Marines taking down that debris, forming a bit of a wall here to allow Adepts, not allow Adepts to get up. They cannot walk through stuff. So if there's a wall here with buildings or Marines and it's a tight wall, then any Adepts that try to come up this area will end up dead. Ooh, Adept drop on the way here. Warp Prism. TheAffluent saying, so what if they nerfed Adepts? And they did. They used to have a lot more hit points than they did, but now they do have an upgrade that allows them to attack faster. You can get that from the Twilight Council to make them a little bit more viable in the late game. Anyway, TheAffluent saying, who cares if they nerfed my Adepts? I'm still going to make them work. They still hit pretty hard. They still kill Marines in 2 shots. They still kill probes and SCVs and drones in 2 shots as well, which is something I'm very interested in doing. Obviously, angling towards the second base. That is no defense whatsoever. Liberator popping out for JOOsh, though. I'm going to have to see how this works. Here comes the Adept play. And there it is, dropping right on in. 1, 2, 3, killing SCVs left and right, forcing a retreat. Trying to kill these guys building supply depots. They do manage to do it. 2 supply depots are not finished yet. The Marine Ball shows up. War Prism goes the wrong way for a second there, but then backs on out. Happy enough with the work that was done. 8 SCVs have died thus far. This Liberator needs to set up a what am I trying to say here? A zone of death, I suppose. Defender mode circle. In this mode, Liberators inflict single target damage of 85 single target damage to ground units. Liberators in this mode cannot move. So they're basically siege tanks from the air. Another Liberator coming up. They do one-shot workers in this mode. You can see the circle they can attack from the air, but when they go into Defender mode, that circle gets a little bit bigger, I think. Yes, it does. Immediate pull out there from the Affluent. Photon Overcharge being used as well. Is it enough to kill the Liberator? No. Gets out of the circle. Might try to pop up here, and it does. Amazing pullback from JOOsh. Doesn't lose a single probe here, but cannot mine on any of these minerals. It's such a terrible spot to be in. Oh, might actually want to kill this mothership core if JOOsh is paying attention. And nope, instead ends up dead. Photon Overcharge kills it. Liberator over here has 3 kills, has 4 kills, has 5 kills. The harass is real, ladies and gentlemen. Running away, though, before the Stalkers can show up. And they can actually outrange Stalkers and still kill stuff on the ground over here. Like a Liberator back here is out of range of Stalkers, but can attack. Again, it's a siege tank. It has a very, very long range. It hits really hard. It doesn't do splash damage like tanks do, but still very, very impressive stuff for sure. +1 attack for the ground coming out for the Affluent. Immortals, Sentries, and another Nexus coming up here, third base. Coming up here for the Protoss player, the Terran is working on Marauders and Combat Shield and Stim, and another base at the same time. So both players keeping up with the Joneses, trying to make sure they have enough economy to keep up with their opponent, and doing a pretty darn good job of it. Blink being researched at the same time at the Twilight Council. Where is the Twilight Council? It's got to be around here somewhere. There it is. And there it is. The Resonating Glaives increases the attack speed of Adepts by 45%. So pretty and crazy stuff. They shoot faster. They still hit as hard as they used to. They're a little bit less tanky, but they're more viable, like I said, out of that early game. Here they go right up this ramp. Very brave indeed. There's a Widow Mine there. The Observer sees that. It's a bit of a standoff here. Here come the Liberators, though. One Widow Mine ends up dead. The Circles of Death pop up, and Affluent backs on out. Says, no way, Jose, I'm not going up that ramp. I would rather die, and I probably would if I did that. Patrolling back and forth is this Bio Army with the Liberator support. Moving away from the Liberator support and then backing up again. Just scanning, trying to see what he's dealing with. And it is a pretty good composition, I think, from the Affluent. With the Immortals there, just so hard to kill if you don't have a whole lot of Marines. And I guess there are a whole lot of Marines here, so maybe not a fight that the Affluent wants to take right now. Probably should get Storm. He's actually getting a Robo Bay for Colossus, possibly for Disruptors as well. Those do pretty well against the Bio armies of the Terran player at the same time. And yep, trying to take down this backdoor debris. Then changes his mind. JOOsh does not want to do that. Both players are just kind of settling back, getting up their armies, choosing what their composition is going to be. And for JOOsh, it's going to be Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, Widow Mines, and Liberator support. Actually, are there any Medevacs here? No, surprising. Units tab. 2 Medevacs. Alright, there are 2. Where are they, though? Oh, there they are. They're with the army now. Okay, so enough healing to pretty much help out the Bio in this army. Warp Prism needs to run away before it dies to the Marines on the ground. Trying to find a good angle to attack is the Affluent. Is he going to do it? He blinks forward, tries to kill one of those Liberators. Ooh, loses a Stalker for his trouble. Stands outside of the Circle of Death. Good force fields. Catching a couple Widow Mines and Marines, killing them out of position as well, but standing inside the Circle of Death. Mortal. Ooh, good force fields again. Taking out a few of these armies and then backing out. JOOsh saying, I don't like the setup of this attack. Leaves a couple Widow Mines as a parting gift for the Protoss player. And does it get a shot off? No. Yes, it does kill a single Stalker. The other one does not, though. Pushing his advantage again here is the Affluent. Trying to do what he can. killing a single Marine. That works for him. Defender mode circles are up here, though. You know what? I've seen some good success from Protoss players just going through the circles, man. Just running up that ramp, killing the Liberators with Stalkers, taking the shots and dealing with it. A drop coming up here at the same time. Still just the dance, just moving back and forth. A lot of Liberators in the air, though. Trying to snipe down Liberators, but there's just so much damage that comes from them. I don't know if the Affluent... yeah, really wants to do that. Stands in, taking some shots, blinking out of there. Marine gets killed at the same time, and keeping an eye on these medevacs, and there they go. Coming right on into the second base, dropping at the edge. Double photon overcharge, triple photon overcharge, coming right on up. One pylon ends up dead, but there are still two available. Hiding in the corner are these bio units killing a single gateway. I don't think that's really worth it. Getting the forge might be nice as well. A couple of Adepts rocket on in there, taking shots though, and forcing the army into range of that photon overcharged pylon. Slowly getting whittled down, backing out of range, taking down the forge. At the same time, finally getting that pylon, going after the Nexus. At the same time, what is the response going to be? Another overcharge coming out. And I think the Affluent might actually lose this Nexus if he's not careful. Adepts trying to come on in, but they just get slowed, and good stutter step here from JOOsh, keeping this army alive as long as humanly possible. The Colossus comes out, the pickup happens, and JOOsh gets the heck on out of there. Does split up his medevacs, heads back on home. The army, in the meantime, was just hanging out here for the Affluent. Doesn't want to walk into those circles at all. Resources lost shows 3,000 minerals, 475 gas lost for JOOsh. Another attack here from the low ground to the high ground, 2,800 minerals and 650 gas lost for the Affluent. So a pretty even game thus far. Get rid of that resources tab there. Warping in more units using that warp prism. Blinking forward, picking up a single Liberator, losing a Stalker for it. Probably a fair trade. One the Affluent would make at any time. The army looking pretty big and intimidating right now for JOOsh. 172 total supply. The Affluent has 177, taking another base as well. Ooh, a drop here, blinking forward. Oh, amazing blink. Takes out both of those medevacs. Exactly what JOOsh did not want to happen there. Here comes that drop, moving back on in with 3 Marauders. Is that all that's in there? It is. 3 Marauders, Mothership Core, gonna photon overcharge 2, all 3. Getting the medevac as well, killing everything. It's just such a good response for Protoss, man. It's really, really good. Is he gonna go? He's just gonna go. Nope. Just kidding. So he... the Affluent goes for it, pops in, kills a Liberator, backs out. Just testing the waters. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like it could have worked out for him, but... basically, at this point, JOOsh is not able to take a third base. I think he would like to. He is making another command center, but... a little bit too dangerous. There's a Colossus in the army as well. The Liberators pop right on up, set up the Defender, and where does... no, once again, the Affluent backs on out. Wants no part of those circles of death. Stands on in. Pretty good force fields there. The Liberator is using the anti-air mode to actually take out these Colossus. Both the Colossus end up dead. Immortals, Adepts on the ground, cleaning up a lot of this bio army, though. The Affluent looking pretty good there. Winning that fairly handily. Lost the Colossus, but did force the retreat from JOOsh. JOOsh has lost 8,000 minerals, 2,300 gas. Meanwhile, our Protoss players lost only 5,000 minerals and 1,700 gas. 8 SCVs and 6 probes thus far. Still, Widowmine hanging out with his single kill. Drop going to come up along the left side for JOOsh. Going to accidentally find this base. Might try to kill it. Just kind of a happy accident for him. Another shot. Gets the Adept. Does that Widowmine. Where's the Observer with this army? There was one. I think the Liberators might have killed it, though. Either way, transferring probes not in a good place here because there is a medevac, double medevac drop heading left side, right side, double-pronged attack coming up. The Affluent heading back home. I don't know if he sniffs out what's happening here, but there comes the drop. The Marauders have landed, going after those pylons first of all, and then the Nexus. Pretty good stutter step micro here, going after probes. Run, probes, run! Run for your lives. It is the Great Probe Massacre. Oh boy. And the Nexus doesn't even get canceled. The army pops up here a little bit too late, trying to snipe down that medevac. They do get the medevac. The Marauders are stranded here. They're going to try to kill what they can before they die. But not enough of them. Another attack over here from JOOsh, landing on in. Photon overcharge being used on 2 of the pylons. Both of them die fairly quickly. Another pylon being killed, depowering a lot of this stuff for the Protoss army. Stutter stepping his way to destruction is JOOsh. Another pylon ends up dead. Feedback on both of the medevacs. The mothership core gets killed at the same time, not before. Photon overcharging a single pylon. Zealot getting warped in. Adept trying to clean this up on its own. Finally picking up and boosting out is JOOsh. But look at all this stuff that's unpowered right now. Pylons being thrown down like crazy for the Affluent. The big army pushing up here for JOOsh, but it's out of position. I don't know if it's ready to use Defender mode or not. Just going for it here is the Affluent. Again, the Colossus doing a lot of damage on the ground, but the Liberators focusing it down at the same time. Stalkers killing all of those Liberators. Trying to go after one more at the same time here. The Stalker does have +3 attack, which is very, very nice for the anti-air. The Stalker is very good at doing. Another base is coming up here for JOOsh, but brave enough to take that fourth. Kind of hanging out here with a small bio army. Three Liberators, so looking okay. This medevac just trying to get home without dying, and no, runs into a cannon. Yeah, JOOsh doesn't want to go down that ramp. He thought about going down that ramp, changed his mind. Small bio army here once again, no match. Storm goes down, whiffs a storm on top of a Widow Mine to kill it. Probably overkill, but it worked. So hey, another scan popping up at the same time. Workers long distance mining over to this space. Might want to try to take a Nexus. Replanting this Nexus as well is the Affluent. Doing a good job with the micro or the macro, keeping it up. And another command center landing here for JOOsh. I don't know if the Affluent wants to let this happen or not. Does he go for it? Wow, huge attack kills a single Stalker. Small groups just kind of dying left and right. A big storm on all of those Marauders. Taking kills again. I don't know what JOOsh is trying to do with this piecemeal attack, but it's not really working out for him. More Liberators coming in. They do manage to get the Colossus. Defender mode circles, pushing the Protoss player down the ramp out of the way. And it's a pretty good spread, but leaving the front door open here. I wonder if the Affluent wanted to push. He could. It's just so hard to know unless you have it fully scouted out. Continuing to produce Colossus, getting +3/+3 is JOOsh. This base running up and functional. The Affluent does have a lot of gas and a lot of minerals in the bank here, but is maxed out, so it makes sense. With 78 total harvesters to 60 for JOOsh, because mules are good. Resource collection, that's not what I want. Resources lost. Income, that's what I want. Income right now for the Terran is a little bit higher. Again, pushing in, dancing in. You know, if there's one thing I don't like about these Defender mode circles is that it makes people hesitant. You don't really see big battles if Liberators are out because everyone's so afraid to walk into those circles, and they can see them, right? So they can avoid them. I don't know if that was what was intended, but a couple Marauders end up dead. A couple reinforcing units coming on in here. Medevacs taking shots as well, moving right on up into this ramp. A good storm, taking out a couple Marines and pushing the army away. The Archons on the front door taking shots, man. They didn't kill anything at all. Liberators, one ends up getting sniped down from the air. The Affluent playing this so very, very cautiously. And again, I think now's a good time to attack. Maybe before Defender mode comes up. Storm on everything. Liberators are actually dying to Stalkers here. 2 Liberators end up dead. It's pretty much just Marauders now. Transferring SCVs, getting melted by this Colossus Death Ball. Oh, just 2 or 3 Colossus here taking shots once more. Another great storm on top of those Marauders. Another storm, and the Bio Army is down to just a handful of units there. Medevac's dying at the same time. Another drop up here with Marauders taking out pylons, running for their lives. Trying to make something happen here is JOOsh, but there are cannons and the Mothership Core as well. Photon overcharging. The Marauders end up dead. The Medevacs end up dead as well. Pushing on up. Going for it is the Affluent here at the 19-minute mark. Cleaning up everything that's on the ground. The Liberators are all gone. Medevacs retreating for their lives. Command center flying, saying, please don't notice me. I'm not here. And right now, JOOsh is on 4 bases. The Protoss is effectively on 5 at this point. Defender mode circles up once more. Another storm here would be pretty amazing for the Affluent, and it does come a little bit late. But 2 Marauders die anyway. JOOsh really relying on this defender mode ability. There's only 2 though. I don't think TheAffluent needs to worry about this. Look at that. Colossus can actually outrange it just a little bit with that 9 range. And backing on out. TheAffluent perhaps might want to go to attack this base. That would be my choice if I was him. But coming up again from the low ground to the high ground, trying to make stuff happen. Trying to find unprotected bio units that are a little bit too close to the edge is TheAffluent. Forcing them back, and then there it is, going for this planetary fortress. The Immortals need to get on this for their ability to take down buildings. The full SCV repair going on, but it's not enough. The planetary actually ends up dead. All the SCVs getting burned down at the same time. Adepts cleaning through all those workers. Adepts and Zealots and Stalkers here coming around at the same time. And now the Terran player is in a lot of trouble. 123 total supply, only 33 SCVs available on the map here at the 20-minute mark. Trying to make something happen, going for it, you might say, is JOOsh trying to go somewhere to try to win this game, but this army composition is really good. A lot of Storms available, Immortals here at the same time, Adepts doing 29 damage versus Light, which I still think is enough to 2-shot Marines. I think it is, even with the armor factored in here. Adepts trying to kill this command center. Will take them quite a while to do so. But, oh no, these SCVs, are they? Oh, taking shots from the Adepts left and right. Workers dying at the same time. Big attack up here for the JOOsh. Does manage to kill this base entirely, very handily. Without question, destroys that base except for the assimilator and a few workers. Here comes the attack, though. The Stalkers on the left. Colossus moving in from the right side. All of the Stalkers are getting melted by that bio army, though. Backing out again, Liberators. Actually 6 kills on that Liberator. More Stalkers coming in at the same time to augment the forces here. But once again, JOOsh is not able to take a replacement base. What you see is what you get from this Terran player. Assimilator finally falling. These 4 probes saying, hey, we're not actually any threat to you. Just leave us alone. Oh, and the Terran army does back out here. Once more sniping down a Liberator. Are they going to get another one? No, blinking out of there instead. They just take the shots from the Liberators just to kill them. I think... I mean, they're very low. They don't have any shield upgrades whatsoever, any armor upgrades to speak of. This base coming up for TheAffluent. At the same time, just keeping the macro running while the Terran player does manage to get a command center down. Look at that. Income going to skyrocket now. It goes from 0 all the way up to about 800, 900, 1,000 minerals per minute here. Production tab. Another attack going on here. And yes, does get the final Liberator. The Bio Army is no match for the Colossus here. Everything ends up dead. Medevac is destroyed at the same time, as well as there are some Adepts in here trying to kill additional SCVs. And that's it. Well won from JOOsh is defeated. TheAffluent's victorious, and JOOsh has left the game. So I kind of like that better than the well played. The well won sounds a little bit more complimentary. A little bit better mannered, I'd have to say. So excellent PVT there coming in here from TheAffluent. Thanks again for the submission. Again, the Liberators pretty much did their job. They kept the Protoss Death Ball away. At the same time, they did a good job dealing with the Colossus for most of the battles, but I just feel like TheAffluent was able to get the upgrades up, get the Blink Stalkers in to kill those Liberators individually, and finally whittle them down to the point where the Protoss Death Ball could actually clean up the bio. Good use of Storms at the same time. And that was about it. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.